Hey y'all, it's time for another session of Cooking with Lisa and Charlie. Today we're going to be doing my version of ginger beef. The actual cooking of it only takes a couple minutes, but the prep, like with all Asian foods, the prep is what slows you down. So join me in my kitchen here, and we will show you how to do this. First thing you're going to do is you're going to mix your oyster sauce and your cooking wine. Now if you don't have cooking wine like this, you can use sherry, okay? So this took a teaspoon of cooking wine and 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Now mix that in a little egg dish and you set it aside. Then you take 8 ounces of red meat, beef usually, or chicken. You can do this with chicken. 8 ounces per person that you're feeding. And it needs to be cut into little pieces. Okay? Then you need a 1/4 cup of pickled ginger sliced up and 1 tablespoon of fresh ginger. Did I say sliced? I mean chopped. Then you've got fresh ginger, about a tablespoon. A cup of sliced up carrot. Now I should have a bunch of green onions or scallions here, but we just had a freeze, so the green part of the onions is kind of nasty, and I'm only left with the bulbs. It calls for a cup of snow pea pods, but we ate them all, so I'm substituting bean sprouts, which is perfectly fine. You can use cabbage, bean sprouts. We do have some cabbage we can probably throw in with this. But your main ingredients are the flavors, right? Then you're going to want pepper, and I reuse plastic, so this bottle's a couple years old. Doesn't look so nice, does it? But I grind my own pepper, and then I've got salt, cornstarch, soy sauce. So to the bowl of meat, we are going to add the chopped pickled ginger, the fresh ginger, 1 teaspoon cornstarch, one teaspoon vegetable oil. That's a teaspoon of vegetable oil. 1/4 teaspoon black pepper. Pepper opens up your digestive tract, allows you to absorb nutrients in your food, so it should really be put in almost everything. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, which is really a couple of pinches, a couple of 3 pinches. 1½ teaspoon soy sauce. Use any brand you like. I happen to have Kikkoman here. It's not my favorite, but it was on sale. That's 1, and we do about 1/2 of that. Now you mix. And as you're mixing this, you really should pull off your excess fat there, but we didn't do that. The Charlie will eat that piece. Or the pieces with the fat, he'll eat. So you want to mix that cornstarch and those flavorings all the way through that meat, and make sure the ginger is dispersed the way it should be. Now, some recipes call for using the pickled ginger later, but I found that if I do it at this stage, it infuses the flavor in the meat better. Kind of gives the meat a silky texture. kind of silky. Okay, we have a really nice deep dish frying pan here. If you have a wok, you would use a wok. We're going to put it over a high flame. And we're going to want this to heat till it's really, really hot. And the way we tell that it's hot enough is we're going to put a little bead of water in it. And when it dances around and vaporizes, we know it's ready for the meat. This is a flat surface of vegetable oil. I use either vegetable oil or peanut oil. I'm going to stir fry it. And we're going to cook it now until we're going to cook it now until it's browned evenly. Now you're going to add your carrots, and if you have sugar snap peas, add your peas. Tonight we're adding bean sprouts. Onion. And you're going to stir fry it. Then you add the beef back in, plus the oyster sauce mixture that you did. Now you're going to cook it until the meat's cooked through. Again, you're on very high heat. This is a little bit easier to execute in a wok. But it's pretty good, even if you don't have a wok. It's done. So now Mr. Fry It is going to show you how to puff the vermicelli rice. What's vermicelli rice? Let me show you. Rice vermicelli. Now if you look at it, if you can see it better, it comes in bales. Okay? Now you can boil it and steam it and make it like a pasta, but we're going to do something special with it. And Charlie's going to show us how to do that, and it's fascinating to watch.
You need enough oil to cover the whole thing of vermicelli at once.
So you want to put it on high heat, right?
Yep.
How do you know when it's ready?
You take a little piece off like this. Can you see that?
Yeah, it's not yet though, because we know it's not hot.
Yeah. When you drop it in your oil, and when it puffs up, then your oil's hot enough. You got to get it where it's almost ready to catch fire. So keep an eye on it, and you also have to keep dropping in little pieces of vermicelli, because once it's in there, if it doesn't puff immediately, it loses the moisture in it and won't puff after that. So every so often you got to drop another piece in. Don't expect to drop one piece in and have it puff up when the oil gets hot enough. That it doesn't work that way. You're going to need a plate or something to put the stuff on after it puffs, plus a way to grab it back out of the oil. And
where's your pinchers? Okay.
And I'm going to take this and pull it into segments and do a little bit at a time.
And you'll see why he'll do a little bit at a time in just a couple of seconds.
When you do this, you're going to get all those little pieces that you need for one end.
Puff.
For checking if your oil's hot enough, because it will go all over your kitchen.
Okay, let's test it.
Okay, so we drop that in and it just sinks to the bottom, so it's not hot enough. Okay, so
it's ready.
Puffed up a little bit.
Y'all see how that puffed up? It's hard to see against the white spoon.
Yep.
But watch this. Woohoo! At this point you lift it out. Let it drain. Put it on a plate. And you probably want to do half a bale per person. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Puffed rice. And you want to take it out of the oil pretty quickly because you don't want it to get
browning here.
Yeah, it browns really quickly, and it then starts absorbing the oil. You don't really want it to be greasy.
So that one pad.
That one pad made all that. Charlie's going to take one of those pads and crumble it on a plate. There's a plate under that plate. It's going to roughly put one of these pads down and just kind of mash it just a little. Or if he can use his hands without getting burned.
It's still a little hot.
Just want to mash it just a little, make it easier to eat.
Dump stuff in that hot oil or you have a volcano. And if your eye is still hot, it may flare up.
So there's a serving of ginger beef, or I think this is beef and lamb mixture, over vermicelli rice. And we're going to get Charlie a fork so he can taste it. I'll get some meat, baby. There you go. Good and gingery?
Mm-hmm.
Good eating, is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for helping me cook.
You're welcome.
Gonna wish everybody bon appetit.
Y'all guys come back, hit the subscribe, ring the bell. There's some other thing in there. Oh, thumbs up, yes. Give us a thumbs up and enjoy your food.